When you think of decluttering your home, do you feel overwhelmed? Do you stop yourself before even getting started? In today's video, I'm going to walk you through some steps that might help you when you're trying to declutter and dealing with the feelings of overwhelm. Hey, I'm Lindsay with Organized to Save, and I'm here to help you get organized and be more productive with budget-friendly tips, tricks, and digital products so that way you can declutter and simplify. And oftentimes when we think of decluttering, we get overwhelmed. And on top of that, right now, if you're quarantined at home, you might be feeling all sorts of overwhelm. Well, I want to come alongside you and give some encouragement and tangible tips that you can implement now, so that way you can actually start decluttering and stop putting it off. Start small. Pick a task that you can easily accomplish. The goal here is that we are picking something that will give us a quick win, so that way we can get more motivation to keep going. Maybe it's looking through your family medicines. More than ever, it's going to be super important that you have your medicine and your first aid items easy to access. Pull out any expired medicines and make note of things that you need to replenish. Set yourself a timer. One of my biggest hacks that I do for myself is I set a 10-minute timer. Start small and just set yourself a 10-minute timer. Pick something that you can tackle and go. See how much you can get done in 10 minutes. Maybe pick under the kitchen sink. That's often an area that we all forget about because, let's face it, it's not the prettiest part in our kitchen. Since you have a time restraint, you know that you only need to do this for 10 minutes, and if you get it done early, awesome! If it takes you more than 10 minutes, but maybe you have a little bit momentum going, keep going. Take everything out and start going through and getting rid of things that are no longer needed. Get rid of all of those empty packages or discard those products that you're no longer using and clear it out and put things back simply so that way it's easy to access. If you want to know how I completely organize my under the kitchen sink cabinet for $10, I'll leave that video linked down below if you want to check it out. Take before and after pictures, even if it's just for you. Seeing where you started from and where you ended up is going to be a huge motivator for you to keep going and keep decluttering, because you're going to want the rest of your house to look more like the after picture. So take before pictures and make sure you take a picture after, so that way you can compare them and see what an amazing job you did. For me, I'm tackling my freezer because it's essential right now. I need to make sure that I'm going through and making it super easy to access, and then I also know what I have on hand so that way I can prepare meals for my family. Bonus tip, if you take pictures of what's in your fridge, freezer, and pantry, that will actually help you when you're trying to plan out your meals as well, because you'll easily have a picture that you can refer to. And let's not forget to have a little bit of fun. Now, some projects might take you a little bit more time, like your pantry. Often when we're working on a big project like that, we can get discouraged. If you're starting to feel discouraged, stop what you're doing, play your jam, and count down from 5. When you get to 1, I don't care who's around, you start dancing. As Rachel Hollis says, move your body, change your mind. So stop what you're doing, get your wiggles out, and I promise you that you will feel energized and ready to tackle decluttering. Alright, if you're liking this video so far and enjoying all the decluttering hacks, will you please give this a video a big thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any other organized videos I'm coming out with soon. If you have to pick one spot to get started, focus on those key areas that are high traffic. So all of your surfaces. Think about the surfaces that you see every day. When you walk into your kitchen, do you have a cluttered island? I know for me personally, when our kitchen island is cluttered, my brain is cluttered and it stresses me out. So use that timer tip, set your timer, and tackle those counters. If you're struggling to love your home, maybe it's not your dream place, or you're just stressed out with all the clutter, I'd encourage you to find yourself a special place. Find a spot in your home that you can love and make your own. Creating a calm space in your bedroom is going to be essential, and one step that can get you closer to having a calm environment is to declutter your nightstand. You're going to want to completely clear everything out of that space so that way you can sort through it and figure out what is staying and what is going. Toss any trash that's collected, rehome things that don't belong, and then fill it with things that relax you. For me, two things that I'm making sure that I have on my nightstand at all times are my essential oils and also my devotional book. Because for me, being able to sit quietly in my room away from everybody else is a great way for me to de-stress and reflect on the things that I am grateful for. If you're struggling to keep yourself motivated, have an accountability partner. Even right now when we are social distancing, that doesn't mean that you have to be cut off from all of your friends. You can easily set up a Facebook chat, use apps like Marco Polo, and help keep each other accountable for things that you want to accomplish. So maybe you pick a day where you can both be working on decluttering projects or things around your house, and you can be chatting while you're doing it. I personally love sharing on Facebook and Instagram and here all the projects that I'm working on because you are my accountability partner. For me to know that every week I come here with a new video, it's keeping me accountable to get things done. So the key is to find somebody that can keep you accountable for getting the things done that you've been putting off. An easy task that you can do is to tackle your cord clutter. Go around your house, collect all of your different cords, and start figuring out what goes to what. Something that you can do as you're chatting with your girlfriends, you can easily be labeling the different cords so that way you're not wasting time trying to figure out where the charger is for what you're trying to use. And once you've finished a project, don't forget to reward yourself. Giving yourself a positive reward helps you stay motivated and gives you something to look forward to. If there's a task that you've been dreading, like maybe tackling all of your kids' art supplies, because we all know that we need activities to keep our kids occupied, after you get it done, reward yourself. For me personally, I love to reward myself with a cup of coffee or to be able to play a game with my kiddo. If you need some inspiration on how to store all of your craft supplies, I'm going to leave a couple links down below to videos that you can check out for some more ideas. I hope you found some awesome hacks that you can start implementing today. I just want you to remember that it does not have to be perfect. A done something is better than a perfect nothing. So stop putting it off and start decluttering. If you're looking for more tips on how to declutter and start getting organized, check out the playlist on your screen and I'll see you in the next video.